back to 1991. That day was supposed to be a family outing, but the professor received a call. She needed to handle work matters. The outing had to be postponed. She grabbed the blueprints and hurried out. Valerie watched her mother leave, feeling down. Her mother was a workaholic. She prioritized work over family. The professor worked in hydraulic engineering. Due to unstable voltage, after the machine ran for a while, the voltage would drop. The professor told them to shut the whole system, then find out why the voltage is low. After the 16th system test, the professor turned on the system. She had lost all hope. But as the machine ran fast, a dark sphere appeared above the machine. A high-heeled shoe fell out. The professor was puzzled. She continued researching the problem at night. Valerie brought a storybook to her, but she couldn't focus on Valerie now. Valerie sadly went back to her room and threw the storybook into the closet. Luckily, her dad was very caring. He fulfilled her wish for a bedtime story. Valerie also wrote her name in the book. After putting her daughter to sleep, unexpectedly, Valerie woke to noise at night. She opened the door and saw her parents fight. Her father understood how hard they fought for this child. Can't they show her a bit more love now? But for her mother to give up her job, she couldn't stay home full-time for Valerie. Seeing Valerie's small and innocent figure, she quickly escaped from this place. Looking at herself in the mirror, she felt guilty and regretful about what she just said. But by the time the next outing came, she had already pushed away her guilt from that day. All the way, her face showed reluctance. She would rather stay in her cold studio and spend a minute more with her daughter. Her husband said, if you don't want to, don't promise her anything. Who knew this instantly ignited her emotions? It even got to grabbing the wheel. Her husband was forced to stop quickly. Faced with Valerie's pleas, she ignored her daughter and tried to go, but then a truck hit her unexpectedly. On March 14, 1991, she lost her daughter and husband forever. Since then, she knew family mattered. She spent every moment engulfed in regret. But how could she ever make it right again? Until this day, she could no longer hold on. However, the black sphere appeared below. She dropped her high heel in. The professor recalled the lab scene. Maybe this was the only chance to alter time. So she installed a giant generator at home. She built an entire system in the basement. She wrote the date of her daughter's death on the photo. After countless attempts, the time machine began. With the photo, she kept repeating. She wished to go back to that day. However, after a while, the machine still stopped. She angrily banned the machine. The machine started up again. The black sphere was born anew, but she did not return to the past. Instead, Minnie was transmitted over. Minnie's first move upon waking was to find Mom. Facing this unfamiliar little girl, the professor was at a loss for a moment. All she could do was reassure her. She found out the girl was 5. She recalled that Valerie was the same age back then. She decided to give her love to this child. She often took her to buy pretty clothes. She'd get her paper dolls and masks. As long as it's what Minnie loves, she bought it all. Until one day, Uncle spied Minnie. He asked who the girl was. The professor had to lie and say she was his niece. That night, Minnie wanted to call her mom. The professor fulfilled her request, but the call went to a dead number. After spending so much time together, Minnie gradually adapted to life here and got used to the professor's affection. She would help Minnie with her painting, play hide and seek in the closet, play by the beach. The professor immersed himself in this precious bond, but Uncle asked an peremptory, why hasn't the girl's mom come to pick her up? The professor immediately interrupted him, declaring that he would be her mom from now on. Uncle asked the driver dare not say anything more, to forget the loss of Valerie and her husband. She placed the photo in the cabinet. The next day after she woke up, she saw Minnie wearing a mask. Minnie pointed at the bird that flew in. Then Minnie went to open the window guy. But somehow, the bird crash landed against the window. This cast a shadow on her young heart. That day, Minnie found the storybook in the closet. The professor looked at Valerie's name. A wave of sadness surged in his heart, remembering every bit about his daughter. This was a story he couldn't tell Valerie. She finally realized the irreplaceable truth. So she tried the time machine again. The black sphere came as planned. But what she didn't expect was space and time warped this time. While Val was searching for her daughter, she got sucked into the time machine.